Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is a review for WWE SmackDown for 5/28/19. After kind of an abysmal Raw, I was really hoping that they would A, make the same mistake they made on Raw, which was mentioning AEW and getting the AEW chance, but they learned their lesson pretty quick there. B, see if they would step up their game a little bit. So this starts out with Kevin Owens cutting a promo on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston comes out, does his own promo saying that he's going to make Kevin Owens pay for everything he done. Goes right into the match with Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston. It was decent. It was decent. Nothing... I don't want to say nothing spectacular because there actually was some crazy ass moves. Kevin Owens is always known for, putting his body on the line, and he does in this match. So I definitely don't want to take away from that. But I don't know how invested I was in everything that was happening here. And I hate to say that because Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston are damn good. And but the match, I don't know, it just like I wasn't there. And maybe it was just me, to be honest. That is a possibility. But I don't know. And I will make a side note just to mention this because I don't really want to take away, is I was in the hospital, literally in the hospital, trying to find out, how bad my heart was, because I went into the hospital with AFib, atrial fibrillation. And so, as a side note, just really quickly, that's when I was watching this. So I might have been a little bit distracted, so just take that for what you will. Kofi Kingston wins with Trouble in Paradise at the end. Kind of expected that, no surprise there. After that, you get a 24/7 R-Truth Carmella bit where Drake Maverick is putting posters all over and they're hiding from everybody, and R-Truth, doing his comedy shtick. I don't know, like it was alright. It was alright. That's all I got for it. Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan in an in-ring interview, which really did nothing for me. He was doing his bit about, being the world's champion, talking about all the things they want to do to help the world and spread the message and things like this. But usually I really like his promos, but this time it just didn't hit me. I don't know who the girl was in the ring that was interviewing them, but she said there's somebody that wants to challenge you. Out comes Heavy Machinery, acting like idiots. I do not like the gimmick, and it's not working for me whatsoever. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Then you get a shameless plug. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose walking around with this Muscle and Fitness magazine with Mandy Rose on it, handing it out so that everybody can know that Mandy Rose is on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. Ember Moon is sitting there reading something, and they just give her a whole stack of them. Then it go from commercial to Mandy Rose versus Carmella, and of course Mandy Rose is going to win because she's on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. Don't really care either way, honestly. This match did nothing for me. You get another 24/7 bit where, like, I don't know, R-Truth throws Carmella on and like piggyback, and he starts running with her. Then you get Shane McMahon, Elias, and Drew McIntyre for Shane McMahon Appreciation Night, and they cut a big long promo about Shane McMahon's achievements and matches and his whole career. Pretty long. They get interrupted by R-Truth running through the crowd into the ring. He's being chased by Drake Maverick of all people. So he drops Drake Maverick, pins him, that's that. Then Drew McIntyre hits R-Truth with a Claymore kick. The beatdown ensues. Elias pins R-Truth and becomes the 24/7 champion. Then Shane McMahon says that he's going to make a match with R-Truth and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Elias for later tonight. Backstage, you get a Lacey Evans Charlotte Flair interview that didn't care about. Honestly, I just didn't. Then you get Bayley versus Lacey Evans with Charlotte Flair on commentary, and this is kind of what I expected it to be, except for the very end. Bayley, Lacey Evans, they're going back and forth. Bayley's carrying a lot of the match, honestly. At one point, Bayley gets knocked outside. She hits Charlotte Flair. There's a lot of scuffle. Bayley wins the match. Mainly because Charlotte Flair was trying to get involved. The referee was distracted when Lacey Evans had Bayley pinned. And then Bayley gets the win. And so now, Lacey Evans attacks Charlotte Flair. They start a scrap. And Bayley just kind of bails out down the ramp. So it was alright. I mean, I'm not into Lacey Evans. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And I hate to say it like that, but I think it's the way, A, some people have been built, and B, some people have just been brought up when they're not ready. And so I really am finding myself losing more and more interest with WWE, and this has nothing to do with any other promotion. I'm just tired of WWE. I've been saying that for a while. I don't watch the shows on TV, except for I did when I was in the hospital. But it's not doing anything for me anymore. It's boring a lot of times. The things that are supposed to be funny or cringeworthy, there's nothing really interesting or something to get you invested in. So I'm just, I feel they're stagnant at this point. They really need to do something to liven it up. So having said that, you get a backstage interview with Andrade with Selena Vega. And Andrade actually spoke English the whole time. Selena didn't talk for him at all. So clearly they're working on his English. And, right now you can tell there's a little struggle there. But, I mean, he's learning a new language. You got to give him credit. And I do give him credit. It can't be easy. And he seems to be doing really well with it. So, I think as he gets more comfortable with English, you're going to see a lot more of his personality come out. And you do see it at times. Like, you can tell he's got personality. So that's cool. So he's talking about his match with Finn Balor, and, we'll see what happens there. Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Elias and Drew McIntyre. This is exactly what you would expect. This is Roman Reigns having to overcome the odds. R-Truth is severely hurt from his beatdown earlier. Not much help at all. He has to basically take out Elias, Drew McIntyre, Shane McMahon getting involved. And of course he does, because this fucking Superman. So, this is the shit that killed Roman Reigns the first time. You just build up and build up and build up, and eventually fans are going to be like, dude, it's the same shit you've been doing forever. And I have a feeling that, eventually the fans are going to turn on him again. And that is going to be the fault of WWE. So at the end, Elias is still in the ring after the match. Roman Reigns hits a spear. R-Truth pins Elias, gets the 24/7 belt back, and that's where they end the show. I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I don't. I feel like a lot of this I didn't care about. The shameless plug with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, the match that followed with Carmella, didn't care. The Drake Maverick R-Truth thing, don't care. I said from the beginning, I think that the 24/7 belt is not going to be that big of a deal to me, and it's just proving to be all too true. The Owens-Kingston match, I will say was good. Like I said, Kevin Owens just has this habit of wanting to put his body on the line, even in regular matches, and he really does try to go crazy with it. And I do appreciate that. I really do, because at least you see that somebody's got the heart and the guts to try to have a good show no matter what. And I give Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston absolute props for that first match. The Roman Reigns, R-Truth, Elias, Drew McIntyre thing. I really like Drew McIntyre, and I like Roman Reigns. Elias, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of in ring. But yeah, I don't know that I was all the way invested in it. The big long promo for Shane McMahon, I could have done without, that's for sure. Lacey Evans, Charlotte Flair, Bayley bit. Nah, I don't know, man. I gotta say that didn't do much for me either. So at the end of the day, it was definitely a below average SmackDown, following a below average Raw. I don't think that WWE are learning anything, or I think they're going to be in a lot of trouble real soon if this keeps up. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10, and that might be overstating what it was. Maybe it deserves it. Yeah, I'll give it a 2. I think I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10, because there wasn't really a lot that stood out to me. So 2 out of 10, they need to get their shit together. It is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation out.